what gets taught. Before the word, before the lesson plan, before the quiet shuffle of chairs, there is a person, not the title, not the voice practiced into authority, but the inner landscape, unmapped or known. Socrates whispers still, know thyself, not as a slogan, but as a doorway, and Plato stands beside him, asking what life is lived, if never examined. While Aristotle quietly insists that wisdom does not begin in books, but in the mirror we avoid, because to look inward is not comfortable work. It is to notice how often we borrow our thoughts, how easily we inherit our fears, how quietly we repeat what we have never questioned. Friedrich Nietzsche calls it a kind of ownership, to become who you are instead of who you were handed. And Jean-Paul Sartre reminds us we are not fixed, we are choices stacked upon choices, seen or unseen. But if unseen, then whose life is it? Across time, another voice rises, not from lecture halls, but from stillness. Laozi says, to know others is intelligence, to know yourself is wisdom. And somewhere in the turning of centuries, Rumi laughs softly. Yesterday, you tried to change the world. Today, you begin where you always should have, within. Because the loudest conflicts are often echoes of the quietest confusions. Thich Nhat Hanh breathes, awareness is freedom. And the Dalai Lama reminds us peace is not constructed outward, it is uncovered within. Even St. Augustine wondered, why do we cross oceans to marvel at mountains, yet pass ourselves by without awe? And still, history does not stay silent. Mahatma Gandhi stands unshaken, saying the world bends only when we bend inward first. Martin Luther King Jr. carries a dream, but roots are deep in moral clarity, the kind that cannot exist without self-examination. Because justice without reflection can become certainty, and certainty without awareness can become harm. And now, we arrive here in a classroom or any place where one human stands before another and says, this matters. But what is this? A subject, a syllabus, a sequence of facts, or something quieter, more powerful, more dangerous? Because every word spoken carries a shadow, the unspoken self behind it. And Carl Jung warned us, what remains unconscious does not disappear, it directs. So if I have not met myself, who was doing the teaching? If I have not questioned my fears, who was shaping the tone? If I have not seen my bias, who was writing the lesson? We say we teach ideas, but we teach attention. We say we teach knowledge, but we teach relationship to truth. We say we teach students, but we teach ways of being. And so the question returns, not gently, but necessarily. Who am I when I stand before others? Not the role, not the name, not the practice, certainty, but the living, shifting, sometimes contradictory, self-aware or not. Because what is unexamined does not stay contained. It leaks into tone, into silence, into what is praised and what is ignored. It becomes the lesson beneath the lesson. And students, they learn it all. They learn how to listen by how we listen. They learn how to think by how we question. They learn who they are allowed to be by who we have allowed ourselves to become. So perhaps self-knowledge is not a luxury of philosophers, nor a retreat for the spiritual, nor an abstract ideal, but a responsibility to pause, to look inward, to notice, to ask again and again, what is driving me? What am I assuming? What have I never challenged? Because in the end we do not give what we do not have, and we do not teach what we do not live. So before the lesson, before the voice, before the room fills, there is one quiet task: to know oneself, not perfectly, not completely, but honestly enough that what is taught is not confusion disguised as certainty, but awareness, inviting awareness. And maybe then, just maybe, education becomes not the transfer of answers, but the awakening of people who know how to ask the right questions of the world and of themselves.